Hey, welcome. Today we're building the Italian grill for my Denver Union Station diorama. I'm glad to have you here. It's going to be a good one. Stick around. Hey, this is Brian with the Iron West Route. I'm with the Denver and Rio Grande Western, welcoming you to my live stream series on the Italian grill build for my Denver Union Station diorama here on my N-Scale Model Railroad. I'm glad to have you here, and welcome to my introductory video. I'm going to run this video during the countdown timer leading up to the beginning of the live streams. I think the Italian grill build will probably take 3 or 4 live streams to get complete, and we're going to put them in a playlist at the end, but I'm going to do the whole build live. I thought that would be interesting and something a little bit different, as well as this introductory video as well.
Alright, in case you're new to the channel or haven't seen the diorama yet, here it is in its current state. The Union Station has got a lot of work still to do on it, everybody. It's not anywhere near finished. And a lot of accessories, doors, clocks, signs, everything, okay? There's the Albany Hotel over there on the right. It's actually a building in Denver on the 16th Street Mall. And so what we're doing today is we're putting in the Italian restaurant. And the Italian restaurant is going to fit right back there like that, okay? And so what we're going to be doing today is constructing that in this video. The Paramount Theater is going to go here, and over here we're not sure exactly what we're going to have yet. Thank you for watching.
Alright, so there's 3 things I want to do in these introductory videos before we jump in and go live, okay? The first thing I want to do is I want to flash you into Tinkercad and show you the digital version of this model so you know what we're going for.
Alright everybody, welcome to Tinkercad, and this is a pic of the Italian grill all finished up. This is what we're going to be going for in the end. This is the Tinkercad version of the model, and we're going to begin the assembly process right after any preliminary work that I'm going to show you, which will be coming up right now if we have any. Otherwise, we'll be going live in just a moment, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Alright everybody, in part 1, we painted the interior. We put the frames into the walls. We also put the windows on the interior. If you have not seen part 1, I'm going to put a card right here, right now, back to part 1. There is a playlist, and it'll bring you back to this one and play both of them in its entirety so you can catch up. Now, part 2 is going to be assembling the main building, and it's just that. We're assembling the main building. We're getting ready for part 3, which will be assembly, and part 4, which will be the reveal. Thank you for joining us today. I'm glad to have you here. Looking forward to seeing all y'all and saying hello. It's time, everybody. Let's get started. looking, everybody? Hello, Daryl and Norman and John and Ethan. Wow, Bill. Good to see y'all. I think if audio's good, I'm going to promote Wild Bill's video that's about to come out maybe soon. He said if he finished some sculpt-a-mold that he was going to be uploading. Hey, Crooked Dave, good to see you, man. I missed your morning chat yesterday. I like your chat. Oh, my little one has swimmer's ear, and I had to get her from her mother earlier than yesterday. Slightly garbled. Hey, let me try this then, John. All right, now tell me what you see. Is that any better? If I'm not mistaken, I changed mics. Y'all should hear a difference. I don't know if it's going to be good, bad, or indifferent. But we can play with the audio and need to before I get going. Oh, that's great to hear. Yeah. It's a nice place to visit on Thursday mornings. My stuff's in scale, Daryl. And Dave, the other day I saw a thumbnail from you that said another layout meets the wrecking ball. And I was like, is he going in scale? Anyway, I clicked in and saw you had gone to help a buddy tear down a layout. I don't know if I commented, but I watched that video. I'm bad about that. I watch a lot more videos than I comment on, and I know I should comment so y'all know I was there, but I don't always do it. What happens is if it's on autoplay and it gets, if I'm working, so that's a cool little scene coming up right here. The train kind of, because of the way the cameras are crossed, the train crosses itself. Watch this. So that was accidental, but kind of cool. Yeah, well, you said in one of your morning brews, or maybe it was even the Tuesday night thing, you said something, you had just briefly mentioned in scale or something. And anyway, I caught that, and then I caught the thumbnail, and I was like, oh God, Dave's tearing down. Anyway, so you got me to click with that. Dave, I would really like to figure out a good way for those of us that like to do the TV, because I like to let mine play on the TV when I'm working out here and y'all's videos. But it's like impossible almost to comment on them. I would like for us to figure out a way to do that, a good, clean way to do that. I wish they would make it easier for us to leave comments. I don't know. It's almost like they could throw up caption options throughout the video, or you could go, oh, this is really cool, or I like this, something like that. That's what you had actually ended up saying. I remember you saying that too, but I think it was early. I don't remember. I thought you were tearing your layout down. So it was a good clickbait. So these guys right here, I did not have ready last time, and so kind of a blessing. They're the interior inserts. And what they do is they get inserted in the interior. Shoot. They get inserted in, I don't know if y'all can see that or not. They get inserted in the interior and they prevent any light bleed if there might be any. And so I've got them at 65 degrees and at 45 degrees, because this guy right here needs a 65 or a 35. I can't remember, but if you flip to 65, it's a 35, if I'm not mistaken. Now, Daryl was your chat monitor the other night. Now, Dave, one thing I can do on the TV, and you might be able to do this, because if you watch, all right, let me explain this again real quick. I'll go back because I want to say this to you. I can put the live chat on my TV, Dave. So when I'm streaming, I can mute my TV, and I'm wondering if you could do this. When I'm streaming, I mute my TV and I put the live chat on my TV. Well, I can watch the chat and the stream on my TV, what's going out to y'all. Now, what's going out to y'all is a little different than what's real time, but I got the real time on the OBS screen over here. But I can see the chat and I can see what's going out to everybody else on my TV. So, like, for example, you just asked about the light bleed. I'm not looking at my computer at all, but I saw that. I didn't know if you used the live chat on your TV. You're able to do that. Hey, Joe. Yeah, I did. Actually, this video could technically go long, and it might not either, but it just depends. But basically, I could keep building pretty much till we got to the table. Yeah, Dave, I'd be happy to help you with it. I know SRV John would be happy to help you with it. It is not hard. I use the OBS Blade on my tablet so I can change the scenes. I don't even have to be at my computer. And I'm using this camera right here is the OBS Ninja. This camera right here is wireless, is not plugged into anything. It's a Wi-Fi cam. And so I can pick it up and carry it around. So anyway, Dave, back to, I want to make sure I can get it where you can see it. All right, Dave, just for a minute. I make these for the corners of my kits. And what they are is they're at 90 or 65-degree angles because I don't have all 45-degree angles on this particular model. So this is a 45, this is a 45, this is a 65, and a 65. So what I can do is, just to make it easier to see, I'll use a big one. Alright, I take this and I put glue on it, right? And I slide it down here in the corner. Now this doesn't fit exactly because that's not exactly where it goes, but what ends up happening is any gaps that might be in here, I bevel the edges anyway to try to prevent gaps, but it happens. But once you put one of these in there, you're not going to see any light through here. And I've got assorted sizes, and I can cut them if I need to. And so like these guys right here, these little ones, I'm about to put them right in each little corner. Alright, and because I got two LEDs in here already, and they're going to have two more up here, so this interior is going to have 4 LEDs. It's going to almost glow. But I don't want it glowing at the corners. And it's going to be set back about 3.5 feet from anybody, any place you could stand. So I want it to be, I want it to pop out. It might be too much light. I'll take one out if it is. Yeah, I just make them, Dave, for the corners. And a lot of times, for example, I just have these made in assorted sizes and angles. And so when I'm ready for some of them, I'll just go in and click and print. This is a 20. These are 40s. And then there's 80s. I think I got 20s, 40s, 60s, and 80s I printed. And the 40s and 60s are at 65 degrees. And the 20s and the 80s are at 45. Now, what happened last week... Ooh, I got to get my head out of there. Alright. What happened last week is we got to right here on the model, and I had made an error in the deck. I had not put this cutout piece in right here and right here. And so, John, do you have the Etsy link? Because I can give him a coupon code there. As well. I can't do a coupon code on that other one. I can send that to you if you need. Hey, Chuck, good to see you, man. So anyway, what happened is, thank you for putting that up there, though. That's cool. I just can get him a little better. I can probably get him a little better deal on Etsy if he wants to get anything. Alright, so I gotta cut I had to notch these out because they weren't there and it wouldn't fit in there without it. I also did an extra piece out here and here to hold these guys that I had not planned for. Also, I have some places on the top that are going to hold these beams right there for the third deck that's going to go up above it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the 20s in the corners. Then I'm actually going to take, I decided that I can actually go ahead and probably glue these interior inserts in before I even get, I don't know if I want to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. Because that could mess me up getting the piece in right. I don't think I should do that. Yeah, John. And then I can give Dave a if his purchase doesn't qualify for free shipping, I can give him a free shipping coupon from the Etsy store. I can't do that with eBay. All right. So, and then Amazon just sucks. Sorry, guys. They just get on my. They're awful. They're so hard to work with. They're just like. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue these in. This guy goes in right now. Okay, so that guy sits in there like that, and then these will come in here. I haven't done the doors yet, John. But I think I'm gonna do them together. I'm not gonna do singles, even though they're gonna look like they're two separate doors. I think I'm actually gonna do one door because I can get a little more creative that way because it'll be bigger. All right, so my biggest decision right now is what kind of glue am I going to use, and I think I'm going to use the followers on these inserts. I missed what Norman said. Am I keeping my head out there somewhat? Now, it doesn't take a genius to make these fit like a glove, but that fit right in. It's just a corner into a corner, but that serves its purpose. Now I'll be able to light this up like Vegas. Like Las Vegas, man. Followers just takes a little while longer to. Yeah, Etsy you can get free shipping on stuff, but you gotta spend X amount of dollars is their little policy. So if you don't, it's not super amount, but there's some stuff that's really inexpensive you can get that wouldn't qualify for free shipping, but I can get the code. They're real nice, very friendly. I hope they don't chain. I have a 3-car train going simply because pretty much I have very little to worry about with it running around here. It's fairly safe. I don't like the way that went in. Got a little piece on it that I don't like. Uh-oh. Got a little piece that I need to get up. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier, Norman. I saw that and I was like, whoa. Boxcar Jerry in the house still? How's he doing? Upstairs, I got navy beans or the Great Northern beans with sausage in the crock pot, and I got pulled chicken in barbecue sauce simmering on the stove. All right, we're gonna let that dry for a sec. Yeah, well, I like to do that. I go into streams a lot of times and say hello and then go to work, you know. And John, the Great Northern Beans, you could get on a plane, and because they just went in. Um, Man, I was kind of upset. I ordered my groceries and I didn't check that they were out of my ham. And so um, when I got home, my half a ham, bone-in ham wasn't in there, and I was gonna do. It's got sausage and onions and Great Northern beans. Um, but I was gonna have done a half a ham in the crock pot before the beans ever went in there, and then put the sausage in there. But I was only gonna take half of the half a ham, and I was gonna pull half the meat. But I was gonna leave half the meat from half the ham. Then I was gonna go in with the sausage and the onions and the beans and let it cook overnight. But it's got everything but the ham because I didn't feel like going back to the store. And I was happy that I didn't have to spend the $22 or whatever. All right, so did I show y'all my Can y'all see my people? I bet it was satisfied, Norman. You can't really see them. Well, I guess you can a little bit. That's an interesting combination, Norman. All right, now this one's a little more. You think so? They might be able to see them now. All right. Now this one's are a little more. And I don't think these are going to be quite long enough by themselves. So I am going to go all the way to the bottom. And then once I put the roof on, if I need more, these are the back anyway, now that I think about it. But it probably, I would think that it would also add some support. Now where this one comes in together, I just flip this bad boy over and do it the opposite direction. So this angle is going to come I'm going to cook some rice too. Alright, so this one, I just flip it over and lay it in. Uh-oh. It doesn't have glue. I was just example. Come on. Alright. So, I had to go ahead and put those LEDs in. Because I didn't want to try to do that after I got these walls on tonight. As easy as it looks. I didn't know I was doing anything that required any skill tonight. There we go. In there. Alright. Thank you, Norman. I am shooting to hopefully have it done by Railfest in November. I'd like for it to be presentable for Railfest, and I'd like to take it, Diorama, to Railfest. I might get a booth. This past year's was awful though. So really, depending upon how much they're charging and the indications I get from turnout, because last year was bad. Jerry was talking about, getting his hopes up and going to train shows, and they being awful, having spent the money to go in and come out 10 minutes later, having saved up money in your pocket that you can spend to go, buy some train stuff, and they don't have jack. I was so mad. I didn't have a lot of money this year, but I had a little bit, and I was going to go buy something, and they didn't have anything I could buy. And I was trying to find something to buy and cook. The Mississippi Gulf Coast Model Railroad Museum. We have a model railroad museum here, and it's actually quite large, and it has expanded to across the street. They got a big O-scale layout across the street now, but they have I've actually done a walkthrough. I have videos on both of them. I have a video on Railfest 2019, maybe, and I was on the new side for that Railfest video before it had developed much, and but you can see the O-scale layout starting over there, and then on the other side they got N&HO and a huge 2 million piece Lego one and everything, but it's in Gulfport, and they have Railfest there in November. The little tours videos I did on them are pretty good, though. I mean, they show like everything pretty good. All right, so I have done everything that I can do to putting this base in, unless I wanted to go ahead and try to put these on now, which I'm not going to do. Thought about it, but I'm not going to do. All right, I'm going to fit these again. Make sure we're good. All right. Sounds like Vinny's gonna be okay, just is needing to rest up a little bit. Uh-oh, I put glue on the wrong side. I need glue there, just not yet. This I want to make sure that I get. Got a little gap right here. If I can't find a fix. It's kind of too long, but might be alright that it's too long. Just make sure I don't have one anywhere else. Not gonna do that. This is the front side. Oh, okay. Duh. That makes me happy. Yeah. Okay. So over here in that corner, Norman, I got I'm gonna have to get over there with a Dremel, I guess, and a cutoff wheel I've got a Dremel, but I don't use it much, and I really need to. I need to charge it up and use it. But I gotta, like, you know, the little thing that you use to lift the windows up. The ledge you use to, you grab with your fingers to pull the window up. Well, I'll be danged if that ain't in the way of this model. How it dissolves into the wall, I didn't factor in that little ledge. And so I'm gonna have to hack that thing off. And it's metal. So I guess I'm gonna have to get a Dremel, charge it tonight, pull the diorama, and cut that thing off. There you go, Norman. It'd be cooler with a line. I need to get a longer train. I've got another train I can start. I'll just wait till near the end. So if it doesn't run well and I get frustrated, it's be fine. So what I'll do after this is I've got to come in with these two pieces. They go here. Then I'll put in the inserts. Then I'll glue in the third deck. Then I'll put in the top LEDs. And then I'll put on the roof. Now, at that point, we'll either say goodnight or I gotta hack these things off the raft. I gotta hack these things off the rafts. And I gotta hack these things off the raft. And then here, these are accidental. But we're going to cut these out right here for server trays. Because see, here's the restaurant employees right here. And so I'm still not getting super good prints on them, but I'm using a hot foam cutter. Like you talk about gutting a fish with a lighter knot, but I'm using a hot foam cutter to get the fuzzies off. I just run it like right on the edge, and I get all the fuzzies off, and it cleans them up. So I got some employees, I got some patrons, I gotta print some tables for out here underneath, and then I gotta do the doors. But what I'm thinking is I'll get to the part where I put the roof on, and we'll go over there and set it in the corner and light it up, and then I'll come back tomorrow and do the accessories. Yeah, I'll actually cut one out and show you how big it is. It might even be too big like this. If you use scissors at home, please do them carefully. Use caution, as scissors are sharp. I am highly trained in cutting out in scale server trays with scissors. Yeah, I think they're still going to be too big. I mean, I can keep cutting in, but You just can't print anything hardly this small and thin. It's not on a raft, and then so you got to cut it out so it's not perfect. And that's way too big right there. Like, that's way too big. I mean, I guess, like, at an animated type restaurant, maybe they could do that. People would probably come just to see that type view. That's getting closer now. I would have to. This guy's got a pretty good hand. I could. So I'm not gonna let you. Oh yeah, we might could try it. Let's try it. All right, dude. Hold the tray, man. Uh-oh. I don't stick to the squeeze. Hey. Kind of looks like he's wearing a sombrero. Let's see. Hey, MS. Is that MSIL Hunter? How you doing? I don't know how good. Can y'all see that at all? Well, it's small. But that dude's carrying a tray for sure. Alright. Let's get going. Now, these are cut here and here. That ain't dry. Nor am I happy with that. This Tester's glue, well, it has it has more teeth. It'll grab and hold something. When they say expert on that Fowlers, they mean it. Oh, that's good. This good. You're building your train room, huh? Tell us about that. What kind of train room you got coming? We got a minute, because I got a deck drying. 12 by 24 with a hobby room attached. So the train room itself is 12 by 24, and then you got a hobby room? Or the 12 by 24 is the hobby room and the train room's in there? You got a 12 by 24. What scale are you, man? Or, excuse me. What scale are you? Yeah, we won't hold that against you that you're HO. John's HO. We like him. And what area and era are you going after? Man, that's real nice. You got a room to do your airbrushing, and you put a 3D printer in there. Uh, I'd have an airbrush booth, a 3D printer, and a studio to make videos for YouTube. And then you need a whole nother storage room too. Oh, well, no. What I was saying, Norman, is I was assuming that MSIL Hunter 5 is a man. MSIL Hunter 5 could be a female. And so, yeah, man is a word that is so versatile. If I couldn't use that, I'd be in trouble because 1920s, that's cool. You mountains or lots of industry? Well, I would assume you're going to have a little bit of everything. Hey, Chris, how are you, man? Good to see you. Waiting on glue to dry. I watched some of your stream the other day, and I actually watched live, but I kind of came in the end, and I didn't say hello. I just watched. About the last 5 or 10 minutes. Um, Chris, did you do all that scenery with the roofs? Like, did you crawl in there and do all that scenery, or did you do it before you put? I don't think you had the scenery done before you put the levels on. So did you actually crawl up in there and do that? Yeah, but again, Norman, I'm in Mississippi. You got to understand that we can't assume that somebody who hunts is a male either. You getting a little more, the odds are in the favor there. But, oh, um, is that a kit that somebody makes? You want the plans to scratch print it or scratch build it? And he's from Texas. Certainly he's macho. I'm not familiar with what that is, Norman, but it sounds cool. Come on now. Oh, I guess what I guess I could be taking care of something. This is not the one I want. Where's my good blade? Okay, Chris. I was wondering because it looks really good, and I didn't know how you got up in there that far, that good. Might have. Now, do you make videos, Hunter 5? You gonna document? We're gonna be able to see this thing grow up, is what I'm saying. I don't know. I need to go subscribe to you. Hold on. I think I can. Oh. It won't let me click on. I'll have to go after. Won't let me click on you. Won't let me click on anybody. I don't like that. I liked it when we could click on somebody and it would open in a different window. Or can we right click and do that? No. Yeah, I don't like that they don't do that anymore. Oh, thank you, John. Can I click on it? Yeah, got it. Not yet. We understand. Let's see if I can make this easier. Here. 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 Uh-oh. Oh, this is easier to do it this way. John, is that right? I wasn't holding it right at first, but I felt like I was right there at the end. It does feel really good when you hold it like that way you showed me, John. It's balanced, and like you said, it's balanced, and you have control. And I don't feel like I'm gonna cut myself so much. You have your track plan done up? That's clever. Bi-level with a helix. Okay. How you building your helix? Yeah, the schoolie method. I say I can tell when I'm doing it right, and even if I'm doing it close to right, it's better. And I don't know, it's not just. No, sometimes I don't do it exactly perfect. I can't figure out exactly what I do. I don't put a finger in the right place somewhere sometimes. I could print these off the raft, but there's a chance they're going to warp too. It's so humid right now that filament is taking a higher temperature to melt because it's sucking up moisture from the air. Thank you, Norman. I appreciate you. It is organic. And surprisingly, now I'm not suggesting that it ain't gonna fall apart in a week, but it's held up. You know, that design was, I mean, I basically, everything was, I paid for track. And, I'm actually about to get in that helix soon and start to do some work on the scenery in there and stuff. There's a lot of potential in there inside that helix. And it's a focal point when you walk in the door. You walk in, you look down right there, and probably when I get done with the Union Station diorama, I'm going to start working on that area. I'm actually going to do a power plant, a fronted power plant just to the east of Jerry's Mill. Between Jerry's Mill and the Union Station diorama, I'm going to do a fronted power plant. And we proceed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, duh. I am doing it the wrong side. I sure did. I wondered why that wasn't going on right. I talked myself into the wrong thing. This side. There we go. I was wondering. Yeah, that fit in there nice. That won't even need a insert. I'm gonna put one in there, but it won't even need it. Now, while that's still wet over there, Thank you, John. I'm concurring. Well, it looks like the Tinkercad thing. That's really what I have to. I'm ready to see it with lights. I think we're gonna light it up tonight just for fun. Cause I got power run over there. I did something. I was airbrushing earlier, and every LED in the shed went out on that were in model. I don't know what I did. I ended up torn up more stuff, but I got about half of them back on. I touched something. I got two wires touching. It shouldn't be. All right. So, what I will do is the interior inserts next. And so these guys that are at 65 degrees or whatever, I'll flip them face down where they're pointing down and slide them into the groove right here. I made sure that they weren't too wide to get into the window. I'm going to let that dry a minute. I need the perfect size rubber band. Yeah, we're going to light it up. That's my favorite part. I don't know what it is. Lights come on, make me happy. Alright, so this has actually come together surprisingly well. I did have to cheat, if you recall. On part 2, we got right here, and I had to stop the other day because I didn't have these cut out. We got it now. So I need 2 of these, and they're both going to go face down. These are at guess it's 65. I don't know. Now these I'm gonna make sure they're all the way down and go all the way to the top, because if light were to show on this model, this is where it's going to show. And it's not because this isn't a good fit. They fit great. It's just because you got 2 seams right there that close to each other. What I'm hoping is, it'd be nice if these 40s would fit in there. 40 meaning 40 millimeters this way. It'd be real nice if they would fit in there, but they don't. I'll have to cut them. Alright. So I'm going to cut a 40 in two. I don't have a 20 in this angle ready. Oh yeah. It's a cool, I like the building. It could be whatever anybody wanted it, really. I needed and wanted an Italian restaurant. And see, the whole grill thing, I've always wanted to own a restaurant. I've always wanted it to be an Italian restaurant. And I've always wanted it to be an Italian grill. And what I mean by that is, I wanted it to be like this kind of restaurant where you come in and you got a choice between 5 or 6 whatever meats, right? They're grilled. Pick your meat. You pick a pasta, you pick a salad, you pick an antipasta, you pick a dessert, you pick a drink, and it's like, I don't know. You don't have dishes, you pick, I don't know if that made any sense. But anyway, when I was younger, I always wanted to have a restaurant, and that was how it was going to be if I ever had one. You know, you come in and say, I want shrimp with angel hair pasta, and you pick your sauce, and then you pick your veggie, and your salad, and your dessert from a list of those. And it's all like one price. You know, you just come in, well, probably based on the meat. Alright, so I got the inserts in all the way up to the top. I mean, they're as close as I want them to be because the roof sits down in there a little bit. And I'm not. Yeah, those inserts work well. I actually think they probably add a little support to the structure too, because they seam up those corners. What do you like from the Olive Garden, Chris? Um, their chicken parmesan is all right. Um, what I like is their salads, man. I can eat that salad all day. All right. So, toot. Oh yeah, hold up. Time for LEDs. What I think is, I don't want them pointing straight at that front window, so I'm going to put them on this wall and this wall. And I think I'm going to use Gorilla Glue. Yeah. So, yeah, it sounds like, Chris, we got the same thing there. Not too expensive. I mean, you know, there's much better Italian restaurants. This restaurant right here is a nice one. Is it a Canadian holiday? I love to call Canadian holiday. I'll be at work and somebody will say, "Can you stay late?" And I'll say, "No, it's a Canadian holiday." All right, I'm gonna try something different. That ain't gonna work, is it? No, if I do that like that, though. No, that ain't gonna work. All right, let's slow down. Oh, so yeah, you get the Alfredo instead of the red sauce. I got you. Probably not a bad idea because I'm not super crazy about their red sauce. I like my red sauce. Thing ain't wanting to cooperate. Hey, Ian. All right. Hey, David. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Uh-oh. Gotcha. All right. See, I've got holes that have lined up there. So it's right. It's got to dry. I have beams and stuff that go in there, but they can't go in beforehand. Yeah, John, I didn't do a good job on this piece though, and one of the things is all I didn't do, and it's something that I always normally will do is just a prototype, but I don't have the indentions. I didn't make the indentions in this wall, and this wall for this top deck. So there's not a good place for it to lock in. It's very easy to do. It's probably take about 5 clicks. Um, um, I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, Norm, but that really, I want to make this piece shorter. So that's piece, I'll have to look. But this piece is still a little too tall. And then I need the indentions on these walls to hold that decking. I want that deck to have a place to sit in there. So when I glue it, I can hold for 20, 30 seconds, let go, and it's going to sit. I don't want to have these things propped up. It's going to sit just fine and dry just fine, because it's got a good connection, but I'd rather it have a sunk-in area for it to get in there. Say it is. It looks like it is. Once these dry, I'll run them down the back side here. I have holes in the base, but they were for these lights. I didn't put holes in the base for this. I'm not sure why. Oh yeah. I understand, Norman. I hear you now. Correct. Um. Well, John and I were looking forward to his stream, and we found out he wasn't going to be able to tonight. Yeah, I'm not happy with that. That top deck needs work. Kind of looks like it warped up a little. But I mean, when I put the beams in there, that it should set it back to right because they're all uniform or somewhat. Yeah, I like that better. Thank you, Norman. Yeah, I kind of, the model that always ends up on my layout is a kind of rough one because it's been through the trial and errors. They have personality for sure. I'm gonna have deck railing on all this too. So. But that's what's left. The roof, you got the railing that's going to go. I got railing going here, railing going here, railing going here, and railing on the roof. I got to do the doors. I got to put the beams in, and I got to do the overhangs. Yeah. But I need that to dry. And that really might be something that needs to dry for a minute. Sure can cut straight. Man. I think I'm doing it backwards, but it works. All right. R&D. Yeah. Here's the thing. I always decide to go live during the R&D phase. You would think that I would do editable videos during R&D and go live during more of a refined version, but not me. Ah! I'm clumsy. Mm-mm. Now, I really don't mind this on my... Oh, I do, actually. It's bothering me. But I'm going to live with it like this. But I'm going to fix it. I'm not going to... I would have to... In order for me to redo this with this deck, have walls that are sunk in so it sit in better, I'd have to reprint all the frames, reprint these walls, redo the frames, reinsert the windows, re-glue the people on there, Not to mention disassemble the entire model, because this piece goes all the way to the bottom. Basically, in order for me to repair the deck, to replace the deck, I'd have to redo the entire model. Yeah, and I don't mind showing them. Like when I hit that spot yesterday, or day before yesterday, I was moving. Model was going together well, and I hit a snag. You know, it's um, as soon as I hit it, I was like, oh, I didn't pay enough attention to that. And you don't think about it till it doesn't work. This is one. So it's like my hands down, like John said, and like really I can cut straight. It's so weird. Like I can't draw that straight. Norman, these walls don't have a place sunk in for the deck to slide in, so the deck has a seat or a place to sit in. I could put the glue in the little gap, and the deck could sit in the little gap in the wall. The wall's 2.5 millimeters. I could cut a 1 millimeter hole out. Take it easy, Hunter. We appreciate you coming. Thank you very much for coming out and talking with us. We look forward to seeing your layout develop. I hope you have a good weekend. Sunday night is Sidetrack Sunday. John, who's doing that? Jerry ever pop back in? He might be on a date. Oh, okay, Hunter. So we got SRV John is doing stream on 8 o'clock. Uh-oh. On 8 o'clock. Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, Schuylkill River Valley is the place to be. I've never had more trouble. Do I have it loud or is it just okay? How is that background music? How's the volume on that, Norman, now that you mention it? Okay, I'll pull it back then. I bumped it up. I'll put it back. Damn you. Damn you. Alright. Level. That's level, that's level. I've never in my life had so much difficulty. Gracie saying hello. Just don't like it. There ain't much I can do about it now. I will fix it. Doesn't look bad, but it doesn't, it's not functional. It wouldn't be good to, I wouldn't give it to anybody else to do it like that. Just a pain. There's no point in not having more support for it there. So I'm just going to do that. All right, so what's going to happen is I'm going to go and design some doors. And I am going to print them. And early in the morning, probably before back on track, I'm probably going to come on and finish putting this together. I am not going to be able to light it up. It's not ready. I'm sorry. This is going to have to dry overnight. The LEDs aren't dry. They're going to have to be glued. The wires need to be glued and run down the back. That's another set of glue before I can light up. So we're just not ready. But we have made excellent progress, I think. This, look, it's already moving. See, it's not dry. Alright. So, this LED fell out again. I cannot get that LED to glue into that wall. I have no idea why it will not glue in there. But here we are, and I'm very happy with the model at this point. Alright, I'm actually going to go in and reprint this to fit more snugly on there. I can't do the walls, but I can redo this. I'm not happy with that. It's not going to stay that way. I can't leave it like that. It's bothering me. Alright, but I am very happy with it like this. I'm not happy about this LED. I want to throw it in the garbage. But we are making good progress. And if I can get that deck on there more snugly and more securely to fit more tightly, where it's got more places. It actually wasn't connecting everywhere almost. I don't know. I needed to redo it. But I thank you for your time today, for coming out and visiting with me and hanging out with me since Cuz wasn't available to come on tonight. We hope you get to feeling better, Cuz, and we look forward to seeing you on Friday. Cuz has some making up to do. Maybe he'll do a long one for us this coming Friday since he's got to make up a little bit. So what I'm going to do, again, is I'm going to reprint this. I'm going to try to glue this LED into the wall. I don't know if it's ever going to work. And then early in the AM tomorrow, I'm going to come in and I'm going to put in beams. I've noticed that these beams right here, although I can trim them and I will, I made them to fit into this, and they were too long because they're too thin for the holes to show up, I guess, in here. I don't know. Something didn't happen. This thing didn't print well at all. So, Norman, I appreciate your time. John, thank you for coming. Jerry, we saw you in here earlier. Wild Bill was in here. We saw Ian, Ethan, Lee, Joe Rader, Chuck, DES David was here. MSIL Hunter 5. Check him out. He's got a new layout coming up. He is doing in the process. Chris was here. Thank you, Chris, for coming. David was here. Crooked Dave was here, and we appreciate him coming. He has a live stream on Thursday mornings. Coffee and chat, good place to go. John's going to be streaming this Sunday on his channel at 8 p.m. Eastern. Chaz Kochuk was here. I think I might have said that. All right. I can't thank y'all enough for coming to hang out with me tonight. And check out the New Haven. Oh, hey! Good job. Thanks, man. Good to see you, Ron. It's very good to know that that kit showed up in one piece. I actually sent it very inexpensively because I spent some money on packaging. And so if it got there safe and in one piece, it took a little longer than normal. And I was okay with the time. I just wanted to make sure that it didn't get beat up. But that was about the most economical way you can send something of that size. And so if they pack it, and it was hot. So I'm very glad, very pleased to hear that that arrived well. Look forward to you getting a chance to putting that together. Because I even changed the size of those pieces, like Claude suggested. So A and 1 and 2 should be a little bit smaller. Because Claude said that was needed. So you should have got that improvement as well. You got a Tasty Spoon sign and a New Haven sign, right? I had somebody get a Z-scale diner this week, and I actually had to end up taking the name diner and putting it on the circle part and putting the name that he wanted on the bigger part, because in Z-scale I couldn't fit hardly anything over there. But Ron, I'm glad you got it. Ron had chaos with his package getting up there for the build we did with Vinny, and they played football and rugby with his, and so he had a couple pieces that were bent, and so I sent some up to him. Want to make sure that he got a good kit, good copy. I look forward to seeing that put together, Ron. The walls are perfect. Yes, very good. And I sent it to you. Did I send it to you in a raft? Are you gonna have to cut them off the raft, Ron? I can't remember. If they're in the raft, that has a lot to do with why they're perfect. They stay so they sit so well in that raft, and it's really not hard to cut them off. I cut everything off at ease. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. All right, guys. Anyway, um, I'm gonna go get to work. I got a little work to do tonight before I go to bed. I think I am. I might not. Um, what could end up happening, plan B, is if I don't print anything else tonight because I'm hungry and it's late, I'll get up in the morning and I'll do this that I said. I'll reprint this before Back on Track. I'll watch Back on Track. We'll watch Vinny's video, and then I'll go live after that, because I don't get AJ until tomorrow afternoon, so I'll go live before I get her tomorrow. So look for me in the AM, avoiding Back on Track time and Vinny's premiere time. I thank y'all for your time today. I appreciate you. Have a good one. Thanks for coming out.